Right, in this video we're going to turn Garry's Ford Focus RS. It makes beautiful noises, your car, at the moment, doesn't it? Exteriorly, because it's got pops and bangs and things. But interiorly, it's not making the sweetest sounds, is it, Garry?
No.
So someone has offered us a free, we have to declare it's free. Someone's written, why they wrote to us and said, could you try a Ford Focus stereo for us? They must have known Garry's got a Ford Focus. So Garry gets a free stereo in this video, so Garry's super happy. Well, depends how good it is, doesn't it? Right, so what have we got in the box? So this is the company, Me Auto, and they've got, there you go, you got all, you can check them out on everything. So they have sent Garry a free stereo. We're going to fit it. I'll try to fit it. I don't like working on other people's cars, but Garry's going to do all the scary bits, aren't you, Garry? Right, what have we got? Foam. Right, Garry's had a little look at this. So, it replaces the whole fascia. Which way up? That way up. That's right.
It, yeah.
So, it replaces the whole fascia. It's got a removable screen, and we'll leave it with a screen. Now, there's not much to these modern stereos. But I guess, do we know where the amplifier in your car is, Garry?
Not sure.
Not sure.
Yeah, not sure.
We don't know. But we've got a fuse, we've got a connector block, we've got a little wire, we've got some cooling fan here. It's taking the antenna for the normal radio. It looks like it's got a GPS antenna. But the key thing about this, obviously the sound quality is one, but it enables Garry to use Android Auto or Apple Carplay, which means it doesn't really matter what multimedia stuff this unit has got. You'll always have the latest maps, the latest gadgets, which you can just play from your phone onto the stereo. And I think that's really cool. And it's a good thing about our Defender is it's got Apple CarPlay. So it doesn't matter, you don't have to update the maps ever, because it will do that for you. Right, then we've got a bucket of wiring. Now, we're hoping this is plug and play. So, right, it looks like we've got an antenna adapter. I'm going to say that's a stick-on GPS antenna that we've got to try and get in the dashboard somewhere, so it knows where it is in the world. It might not need it if you're using your phone. You might not need to install that, but we'll do it. This looks like a lead, I think, if we had a separate amp. There you go. All right. Then we've got all sorts of leads. We've got hundreds of leads. That's a USB input. Again, we could use that. Depends whether we want a USB. But this looks like the main Badger, I'm hoping. This one looks like it's going to plug in the back of here. All right. So when we'll get the fascia off in a minute. And I'm hoping that, and hopefully this is what the ISO standard plugs. Hopefully we've got something like that on the back of the stereo. That's what I'm hoping. Right. So let's have a look. The answers are often in the question. So it looks like we're going to have to swap the metal clips over from our old fascia. But it looks like we should be able to pull the old fascia off. So let's jump in the car and start ripping it apart. You can check out Garry's rear end there. Look, right, let's go in. Check out this flash interior. That's way too nice. Right then. So this is what we got. So this panel here remains. And that's your heater. What else does it do? Just pretty much heating.
Heating, aircon is dual zone. Like,
dual zone. His
and
hers. The girls can be cool and you can be warm. We love this. And this is this is stock, is it? This Sony stereo?
Yeah.
So this is the stock in the RS anyway. We've got the hazard switch. So I did notice the other one's got us. So right, go on then, Garry. You rip your car apart. Have you had this one out or not?
Not on
You've had it on the other one, didn't you? So it should just be, I think there were like here and here, the clips.
Yeah.
This one, is this standard fascia or has someone had it dip printed in carbon?
I don't know if it's been dip printed or whether you can buy replacements.
No. How's that switch? No, it's all, yeah, that's all good. Right. There's something at the middle there. Tease it out. It's fighting him in the middle. The rest of it's pretty good, isn't it? Oh, right, so what have we got on? So there is quite a complicated clipping arrangement here, isn't there? And is there any metal clips on these? Yes.
Yeah, one there.
So we need to we'll have to whip those up, but we can worry. There's nothing on those others that I could see. So maybe the clippaging is in. Right. So the next thing is the stereo. Now I reckon it's just going to be these screws.
You reckon it all just bolts in?
I reckon it'll just be those screws there. So what? You got one missing.
Okay.
I always said you're a screw loose. Look, Gary, you're not even loose. You're missing a screw. Right. So let's have a look what they are. I can't see. My eyes don't. It looks like just Phillips crosshead. Yeah. Right. All right. Here we go. It's just a Phillips screw. Don't drop it. Are we? I need a magnetic screwdriver, really. Right, God, they're long old badges, isn't they? Right, so yeah, so that's what you should be getting out, and they got some tricky inbuilt washer. Right, we've got someone's put an earth screw with a crimp. That doesn't look factory. I wonder if that's to do with the air ride or something. We'll have to make sure we get that back in. That looks like someone's added an earth there. We'll work out what that's for. We've got 3. You should have 4, I reckon. Right then. So gently ease it out. And let's see if we got some connectors on the back. Right, that's the mother of a beast, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whoa, that's old technology. Right, let's have a look what connectors we have got on the back. So, I've got no idea what that one there is. He looks like something tricky. I don't even know how he comes out. Oh, he needs it. We'll have to wrestle with him. But he has, right, that big lobe is there just to locate it in the back. And then there's that big fat ISO connector. Right, let's have a little play. We'll show you how to remove it, but this is what it looks like after you've undone the connectors. So you've got the main ISO block, you've got what I think is the antenna, and I've got that one there. Someone's written something with pink pen all over it, but I'm not sure what that is. Let's put that carefully down there. Right, so just talk us through those connectors, Gary. So that one had this sort of arm you had to, it's closed, and you have to sort of rotate it back, and that ejects the connector as you rotate that one back. Right, well, the aerial lead just pulled out. This lead here, there was a funny little bit you have to just sort of press in there, and that ejected that. What was the other one we had? We haven't worked out where our earth goes, but blimey, that gives you a massive hole in there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, so this obviously brings all your power, all your left and right speaker connections. Now, one thing we're keen to check whether it works or not is I would say steering wheel controls, but they're not actually in the Ford mounted to the steering wheel. They're mounted just beside on the column. So it'd be interesting to see if those work. And obviously those signals all come through this ISO connector. So, right, but the only one we don't know is, if we look in, have you got a reverse camera or anything on this, Gary?
Not on this one, no.
No. So so that looks like a sort of coax or, and did it have a phone system in there?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
so I wonder if that is a phone antenna. So we're going to have a look. So we're looking for that antenna, the aerial. Yeah, right. Let's go and have a look. Right. So we've started to have a look. So we've got to remove these metal clips and put them on there. We'll do that in a minute. That's probably just to fight in those barbs. And we've had a look. So we think we've got this connector here, which is going to go into the car connector straight away. Interesting. We'll have a look. Notice none of these pins are populated here, but they are in the car. So there's some functionality we're going to lose, but I'm not sure what it is. This is for key position 2, and this is for reverse camera. So you can add a reverse camera, and this is the coax lead for the reverse camera. So when you select reverse, if you want to add a camera, you can do that with this lead, but we haven't got that functionality, and we're not going to add it at this stage. You can add a USB, and all these little white connectors all plug in here. And it's quite clever. They're all different sizes. So there's like a 6-way, an 8-way, a 10-way. And so you can only get the corresponding connector in. So we're going to leave that. This one, you can actually have a SIM card. You can put a SIM card in here. So you can always be connected and run all the apps on without needing your phone in the car. But again, we're not going to need that. And it looks like it's got a load of sub outputs here. So you've got all the various outputs for your sub. So we're not going to use that. We have got the GPS antenna, which we need to get into the windscreen. We might not do that this install because you're going to have to work out how to route that from the windscreen back to the unit. And you also get the 4G antenna for your mobile phone. But we're not going to use that because we're just going to use the phone antenna is going to be okay. Oddly, we got sent 2 of those. I don't know why. I can't see the logic for that. Right, we've got a pack of really super small screws that I've got no idea what we need for. This one was another lead with USB. Again, we're not going to use that. I guess it's so you can play music. This was the alternative lead instead of this one. If you've cut this off and you want a hat wire, but they're all labeled, which is quite cool. So L is for illumination. So when you turn your lights on, it obviously lights it all up. Key position 1, key position 2, back I think is the reverse light signal. So that's what that is all for. And this one here looks like it's another, it's got a CAN bus high and low on here. And it's got some speaker out, coaxial output. So the only connection I don't think we've got in the car is the FACRA connector. I'll show you when we get back in the car. And I think that would be replaced with this one, which is your 4G. So, right, let's whip these metal clips over. Gary's going to have a go at fighting it off. They come off when you don't want them to. You're halfway off. One side's coming. He's worked out the neck. We thought we were going to have to pull the stereo out. So we've got some... Oh, look at that little... Look for all that. Oh, look at that. Go on, give us another demo. That was sweet to watch. Just where you get a random hook tool like this from, I don't know. Oh, yeah, it's a dual attack, Gary. You got to weaken it. Show it the pliers first, and then once you got a little way in. All right, have you got a way in yet?
Maybe that's
just enough to get in there. Someone's going to get stabbed in this maneuver. Right, well, that's the technique anyway. Right, the only mystery we've got, or one of the mysteries, is this plug here. Now, it's not the same series as connectors that go in this row here. I will take a picture of this and get a picture of what each of those plugs does. So it looks like it goes directly into this fan for extra cooling, but I can't see where that plug. So we'll have to have a word with the guys that sent us this and ask where that extra cooling fan goes. Right, we swapped the clips over. It was a minor fight, but we won. Right, is that all? Is that plugged in? That feels a bit loose. Give that a good plug in there, Gary, and then that's it. Right, clunk click. We've got the aerial connector in. So that's the adapter because it's a funny 90-degree one. So we've got that in. We're going to skip these for now. Right, let's go in the car and have a look. Right, we're back in the car. We've been trying to find an earth for this boost gauge. So that goes back to the earth. And there is no earth on all those screws there. Now, I'm not really happy with having the earth on the boost gauge, but for now we're going to leave it there. We've screwed it onto the back of the fan. So let's talk about the issues we've got so far. We don't know where this fan connector goes. The silver, let's talk about the silver color, Gary. The silver color of the fascia, flip it over. It's all perfectly painted. But I guess it's supposed to match this, and maybe on the standard car it's silver, but it would be nice if they could offer a gloss black or some other options. So we'll talk to the guys about that. That would be nice. The clips on the back, it would be nice if they could supply some clips on the back. Right, we've just had a quick plug in. We'll show you how to plug in now, and we don't think the steering wheel buttons work. So if you just have a look at this connector a minute, so you see on the back of here, all these little pins are not used, but when we plug it in, you'll see that on the mating half of the connector there are a load. Have you got it the right way round? I'm trying to find it.
There you go.
It's those there. You see, so those have got at least some in both sides. So we're losing some continuity. Right, do you want to plug that connector together, Gary? Plug that one there. And then it should all power up. It should take all its signals. We've got... Alright, so you'll see how he does it. It clops together, and then you've got a... And then as you pull that down, it clips and it locks it in, which is cool. Right, the other thing, what else have we plugged in? Gary's plugged in a USB. So he's got his USB lead. You've got a straight line of sight there. And that's on the little 4-way one. And that goes on to the 4-way one at the bottom somewhere.
Yeah, into it, yeah.
Into it. It's only one it will fit in, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, and that's giving him some USB. So he can charge his phone and play stuff from it. Right, should we haven't got any of the antenna, but we're not too worried because... Gary's phone, that I think he's just lost down the side of the car, is gonna act as the GPS antenna and everything. Right, can we clip that in now, Gary? Have we clipped it in yet? He's had a little play on his lunch break. Gary's been so excited. Right, we got all the touch screen going on. Well, that feels good. Is there a... You don't want to push the screen too much, do you?
No.
Is there any guide to guide it in? Does it all line up or not? Where are the pins? Right at the bottom there, aren't they? They're right at the bottom. Oh, that's one in. The other one doesn't want to stay, does he? Are we better off? We're fighting this. Right, let us fight it. But as you can see, it doesn't seem straightforward. It did actually snap in real nice. It just took 2 of us and a little, but it did just go tick, 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 tick. So that all looks pretty neat now, doesn't it? Right, so this is more an install video. So installs actually plug and play. Right, do your volume controls work, Gary? No. So okay. How do we turn the volume up on this? Because we haven't actually got a knob at all, have we? We've got to do all, which is quite... You have got soft keys, which is quite good, and you can slide it there, so you can see the volume's going up and down. But as you do anything here, it's nothing. So one thing we need to talk to the supplier about is what have we done wrong or whatever, and we'll do a follow-up video. We'll do a what we goofed up video. Right. So we've got no volume working. I looked for DAB radio. DAB radio is the thing to have now. We couldn't see it. We went on radio and we could change band here. So you've got FM and AM, but we couldn't AM to FM 1. But we couldn't find any. This has got some location. I don't know what lock means. And that one gives us...
There's one that did come up with ST earlier.
ST, yeah. So we're not sure as it's got DAB radio. If you've got one of these, let us know. What have we goofed up here? But we're not radio pros here. Oh, right. So there's tuning. So what function it's got? So let's have a look at the CarPlay, Gary. So how do we connect?
Back to home. Back
to home. You connected to Bluetooth first, didn't you? Yeah. So connect to Bluetooth, and then connected your iPhone. And then when it's connected to the iPhone, because it uses the Bluetooth, I think, to set up a wireless connection. And then you go into apps. And now, Apple Carplay, they call CarLink 2. So if we go on that, okay, and then it says verification approved, okay. Now, when you go on your phone, it will actually, you need to make sure you're connected to the Wi-Fi network CarLink app 996. Okay, so now can we go, or is it, what's it doing, Gary? Did it do this? Or will it eventually?
Should eventually go.
Yeah, and then give us the screen. So there you go. After it's thought about it for a while, it comes up with and obviously if you've got Waze or Apple Maps, you can do all this. And it shows you here, which is cool. It shows you your signal strength on your mobile phone, and your wide. One of them must be the signal strength. The other one must be the Wi-Fi. That's the Wi-Fi connection. Yeah. So that's the Wi-Fi connection, I think, to your phone. And then the bars is how your sort of signal in terms of 3G, 4G, etc. So that's all good. And if you load Waze, you get, and can we scroll across, and we can go in and check all our settings. Oh, you're popular. You got 140 messages, Gary. What's going on? So there we go. So that's worked. So no DAB is another thing. The connection is a little bit clunky, but it's all right. Sound. We did. Can you play some of your music, Gary? Let's have a look. There we go. What tunes have we got that are going to test the... It's embarrassing, Joe. You got... Right. Okay, so let's... I was a bit worried that there are some functions, like some cars, and I don't know if the Ford Focus does it, as you drive faster, it in the background just increases the volume gently. Not that you'd notice, but it just means as there's more road noise, it compensates with the stereo. So I don't know if that functionality be lost, but we're not sure what the function. The only functionality we've lost so far, we think, is the volume, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Gary will have a little play and we'll post this video. Let us know your comments, and if there's anything you'd like Gary to check, let us know and we'll talk to the supplier and publish an update. Right, good luck for that. Thanks for letting us use your car, Gary. Right, we've just had a little rummage around and we found steering wheel settings here. So maybe you have to configure something. So it says null. Oh, so it's got... So yeah, so how do we do it then? So where's volume up? Null, null, null. Yeah, volume up. So do you have to press? It says, please hold the button on the steering wheel into the learning state. Okay, so hold. So do we have to press it? And so what are you pressing?
I'll press the volume. Does that pushing it together? Does that do anything?
Yeah. Or maybe just pull it. Please hold the button, and I'll. Oh no.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Do you have to? Maybe you have to press and hold it. Do we to get it into learning mode? Don't know. Or if I press and hold and you press the thing.
No idea.
No idea.
No.
So obviously we have to teach it what all of these
Yeah, that's what
do.
it looks like, doesn't it?
That's what it looks like. I have to sit and do volume minus. There's no 255, 255, 255. Yeah, don't know. So we've got some playing to do.